Welcome back everyone to River and Sea, where today we are heading back into Dole or Neil, where I need to defeat whites. Alright, that's one of them. So I need to defeat 10 whites. I'll probably be defeating a lot more than that by the time I find the swords, because I also need to find a few swords in here. 4 swords so they can be destroyed and defeat Crepine and other things which are going to be outside. I think one of the swords is also outside. Right now let me take care of though with what's inside, and I think I also need to defeat Crepine crawlers and Gauntmen. If I had a choice between defeating Crepine and Gauntmen, I take the Crepine any day. Gauntmen are usually a pain. Now let's see, there seems to be a sword back here. No, that... Alright. Read what I'm clicked on before I run all the way to it. Hey, you got bad breath. Ah, now, where was I? Cleansing this, that's what I was doing. Now let's see, we went to... Oh, ancient sword. I was actually going in the right direction originally for the sword before I turned my path. An unpleasant weight applies heavily upon these stones. Actually, an unpleasant white... Actually, that's not a white, that's a gaunt lord. A gaunt something! He's gaunt! He's a pain! He's throwing nasty stuff on me. He's a few levels ahead of me. Now he's dead. There we go. Oh. Yeah. Aglond. Well, so long gone. Alright, that's one of them. Now, what do we have for our next one? Is there going to be one upstairs? Probably. Hey, you guys see a sword anywhere around here? Don't mind me. You're going to mind me. Foul Breath White. Well, at least they're well named. Alright, we are up here. Earn treasure cache. What, treasure cache? Really? That's something I didn't think about checking. Ha, gotcha! Treasure cache. Yeah. There's a treasure cache here. Well, I had to come down to the opposite direction I was going before I notice that is where the sword is located. We also have an aura of fear gripped your heart as you approach the western wall. Oh boy, I was just barely. Inside of centered range when he did that stun attempt. Now he wasn't impressive. Now I think the third one might actually be around here somewhere. This is definitely one of those quests where the delete key is your friend. Which way? I think it's this way. So I'll go this way probably defeat a couple of whites along the way. You see a sword anywhere around here? No, that's a broken urn, not a oh. This way, thank you. Now, see, he could stay alive because let's see, the stench of death and decay fills your nostrils as you approach this corner. And I'm sure a white will attack me when this happens. Well, that's a white. Let's see, I need one more sword, and I think that's outside. So I'm going to have to head back out. I think I had to go all the way past the camp in order to get there, right? There's the campsite. That's where the first 3 swords were, and it looks like the final sword is this way. There are a couple of whites out here also. Swords is up here, I think, right? The air beneath the stone table feels foul and stagnant. There it is. One ancient sword. Oh, the really foul ones, of course. Now, we've dealt with that. And that's a fox. What is a fox doing out here? I don't know, but surely there must be a crawler or a crabine out here somewhere. Right? Just a few of them? Ah! A crawler! Not even aggressive and a greenie? So I have a choice between killing one of those and killing 4 more well, okay, looks like I'm not free from Gottman even out here. Let's clean up and look for 2 more. I came out here to attack birds and crawlers as a substitute for Gottman. I wound up killing more Gottman for it than anything else. Oh well. Let's head back to camp. Here are the swords I found.
It is no small feat to brave the dangers of Tern Gorthard and the keep of Dol Ernil.
I am grateful for your efforts on behalf of the Dunedain. Beneldir has shown me the account of Narndir's journal of the Grey Fear, and if what the scholar wrote is true, the creature is a spirit drawn from the pits of Angmar, bound to the body of Prince Amondir. In life, he was the lord of Tern Gorthad, and Dol Ernir was his home. Surely this sight will still have some meaning to him. Does the Grey Fear remain somewhere within the keep, or has the presence of the Witch King and the Riders in Black already disturbed his slumber? Well, I have no idea on that. What do you say, Beneldir?
Those swords should be brought to Halbarad at Sand Ford. He will know how best to deal with them.
And when you return, perhaps you will have learned where the Grey Fear may be found? I agree with Gorwin. The creature must be somewhere within Dol Ernil. Well, be careful, for Narndir's journal points to frightening and deadly account of the creature. Yes, I'll be careful, my friend, and fear not. I will see you when you return. Alright, so let's go to Halbarad. Hello, Halbarad. I better bring you up to date as what's going on.
I have not forgotten you, nor the warning you brought to us of Sauron.
Let me now put to your mind at ease. It seems that Saruman is the only of the wizards to betray us, and thank the powers that is so. While you were gone, a rider came up out of the south, Gandalf the Grey, astride a mighty horse, a steed of Rohan. He spoke only briefly, but it was enough to assure me that Gandalf still aligns himself with the side of the free peoples. And yet, the wizard's tidings were not all so rosy, for he said that evil forces are now in motion that could threaten the peace and safety of all of Middle-earth. He could spare no more time before hurrying to the Shire in pursuit of the Nazgul who preceded him. But what brings you back to this place? These words that you bring to me will be destroyed. Swords, oh yes, for the runes are covered, their faces are evil. But after I see that done, you must return to Dol Ernil. I, and not alone. I and several of my company will go with you. I fear the two who remained may be in great danger. Great danger. Well then, I suppose that means I need to get back to Gorwin's camp. But first, I need to speak to Riangar. Sorry for the delay, Riangar. I'm investigating this site at 2 angles.
I am glad to see you again, friend. What have you there?
This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I can read some of it, but most of the words are old, and I can't make them out or decipher them. I recognize Loyalot's name, though. The scroll is about her, I'm sure of that.
How exciting and frustrating at the same time.
I feel that this scroll certainly holds the answer. I can't read it, but I know someone who can. Across the Greenway, near the northern border of Androth, a caravan of travelers has circled up upon the road. I travel with them for some of the way to Bree, but they have a wheel crack and needed to stop, so I went on alone. Along their number is a scholar, one of the little people called hobbits. She'll know how to read this. So let's bring the scroll to Melinus. Over at the camp this way. This seems to be a rather studious hobbit. Hello there. I need a translation for a scroll.
Hello there. Riangar tells me you have a scroll that you cannot read.
I may indeed be able to help you with that. Let's have a look, shall we? I learned how to read the old tongue for my studies. I have been tracing my family history and exploring my lineage. Riangar and I met in Bree, and she told me that there are hobbits living in Swanfleet who visit Hernet. I aim to meet some of these hobbits in the hopes that they might be able to fill in some blanks in my family tree. Yes, I can read this, but it may take me some time to decipher it. In the meanwhile, there are some in our camp who could use your help. Why not speak with Gerwin while I work on this? Alright. Fine. And I could tell you, yes, there are some hobbits who live up in Clager and in Glenbriddick and Leantriv out to the west of Mossward. So, yeah. East of Mossward. That's why they don't hire me as the navigator on the ship. Alright, now, let's see, Gerwin.
Well met.
I am Gerwin, and yes, I could certainly use your help.
Well met, fellow traveler.
I see that you are also not from these lands. We came down the Greenway from Bree, and I should have known that our luck had been too good for too long. We were attacked by brigands as we passed through Landroth, and in this hurry to get away from them, we had a wagon wheel crack. We circled up for repairs, but I'm worried about the ruffians who will follow us or attack us out on the road. You seem to be capable of danger and eager. There's coin in it for you, so you'll mean defeat Greenway raiders, knaves, and bowmen. Right? Oh, is there anything here I could take on the side, or is this
Would you do something for me?
No. Alright, and let's see, Gloomweb, and no, I don't think so. So let's go and deal with the brigands. Ah, we do have a quest ring up here. Maybe it relates to the brigands.
Welcome, friend.
Other friend, are you heading north? Oh, you may want to reconsider. There are brigands all along the Greenway. Yes, I'm here to kill them. Ah, and they may even squat in the ruins between here and Breland. The Southgard ruins, aye, they're full of brigands, and they only get even more dangerous the further north you go. Oh, who am I? I am Goodheart. Yes, Master Goodheart. To my friends, I hope you will prove to be one of those. You see, I am only a merchant, and I am to make my way north into Bree. I would have to pass by these ruffians. Well, in my younger days, perhaps I could have done something about those villains, but sadly, my sword-swinging days are likely behind me. But you are an adventurer! No, don't try to deny it. You have that look about you. If you can defeat some of those Greenway raiders, I could see fit to part with some of my coin. I only need you to face the brigands that are here on the road, so no need for you to pass into the Southgard ruins. It's the villains on the road that are the problem. Well, what do you say? Well, no problem. That's right, we might as well get double pay for this, right? So, let's go. Okay, here you go. We take care of the raider here. And you, oh, I have this total confusion here because I have these two new skills in here that I forgot to take into account. Alright, now what do we have here? Oh, yeah, this is... Alright, let's see. Let's see, how am I going to handle this one? Because what I will do is this, for now at least. Because what these do is these are actually stances. So this is shanty, steady fore, and shanty, steady aft. And let's see. And it takes you towards one direction over time. I usually don't use that. We'll see. I may just move it off to another area in here if I completely go without using it. Alright, there you go. Alright, so there's a couple of knaves here. Okay, there we go. And you. Okay, and maybe I should check to see what types I'm getting of each one. Alright, who's left? Just you? Yeah, of course. You just run right next to somebody else, so I have to do more work on this, right? Rude. Now, how am I doing here? I've got all the ones for Mr. Goodheart, but I still need one more raider and two more knaves. Alright, she's a raider. Okay. So that takes care of the raiders, and those are the ones from the fortress. And of course, the real reason they don't want us to do the ones from the fortress is because those are rather low level ones. They belong to Bree and not to Cardalon. Okay, good. That should give our scholar plenty of time to finish her studies, right? Alright, I cleared out those brigands.
What can I do for you?
Good job, my very capable friend. These brigand raiders must surely be regretting their choice of occupation now. I would say yes. Here's your reward as promised. I'll continue north and just as soon as I'm able, but for now, I have a few more preparations to make. Perhaps we'll meet again? Alright. There we go. Now, let's see about that translation. The road is clear for now.
You returned victorious. Most excellent.
I know these roads are no longer traveled as they once were, but perhaps we've saved some lives today, and I'm grateful that we won't have to worry about having them at our backs. Yeah, that's a good thing. Now, let's see. We're done with that? Any progress with the scroll?
What a fascinating scroll you and Riongar brought me.
This Lilith is an incredible person. A princess who fought for her people and who seems to have been much loved. Her tale reads like a spook story once when my tale around the fire late at night though. It gave me the shiver straight through, and I was standing in the sun. In any case, I wrote out what the scroll says and gave it to Riongar. She's waiting to talk to you. Oh, and Pinesea, if you do decide to follow Loyla's footsteps, be careful. Well, alright. Be careful. For a while there, I thought I was going to have to track her down. Hello, she says be careful.
We have found something incredible.
The scroll tells of Loyla's final days. Such a tragic story, too. My heart is nearly broken reading her adventure of doom. You can read what Melinus deciphered, but here is the long and short of it. Loyalith and her family were fighting against the risen spirits too, just as I had expected. Sadly, she lost her son and her husband to the horrors that rose up in Cardoline. She went to the forest nearby to seek guidance from an old woman who lived amongst the trees. I don't know what guidance she got, because Lilith vanished soon afterwards. However, her people revered her as a hero, because whatever happened to her, the spirits went back to their graves and troubled Cardoline no more. Go on ahead and read the Decipher Scroll for yourself if you like. Then we shall speak of what we must do next. Well, I know what I must do next. I must return to the ranger camp so that we can investigate what happened over there. And that's what we'll do in the next episode of River and Sea.